Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to summarize Black Clover Chapter 326, 327, 328, 329, 330. Chapter 326, as Yuno Grinbarial falls forward, his star brightly shines in front of Lucifero, casting a dark shadow behind the King of Devils. Yami Tsukehiro and Nacht Faust then emerge from the shadow and simultaneously attack the devil with mirrored attacks. However, Lucifero transforms his upper pair of wings into arms and plunges the new hands through the chests of Yami and Nacht. Asta and Liebe look on in horror as Lucifero charges at them. Liebe's regret causes his memories and thoughts of Rachita to pour into Asta. The two appear as children in a mental space, and Liebe is overcome with grief over failing Rachita. Although Asta did not know the full extent of Liebe's pain, Asta sympathizes with his lack of magic and thanks him for power of anti-magic, which was born from his pain. Asta considers himself lucky to have met Liebe. Despite having nothing to give, Asta offers to help Liebe keep fighting. Liebe acknowledges that he is no longer alone, and the two stand together as brothers. Lucifero's attack is stopped by the demon slasher katana. While Asta and Liebe call out Lucifero for killing their mother, their appearance changes, with a fifth horn sprouting from their forehead. Chapter 327, with Asta and Liebe's new form blocking his punch, Lucifero is puzzled by the change but notes that they still have no magic power. He punches them in the face, but it is ineffective. Asta and Liebe grab Lucifero's wrist and note that they no longer feel overlapped but rather merged in their desire to defeat Lucifero and live, in accordance with their mother's dying wish. Asta and Liebe squeeze Lucifero's wrist and push it away from their face. Noticing that they now negate the magic in whatever they touch, Lucifero draws his hand out of their grip and then barrages them with punches. However, they block the hits with their arm, then leap up, and swing the demon slasher katana over Lucifero's head, slicing through the arms holding Yami Tsukehiro and Nacht Faust, as well as cutting off Lucifero's hair and the tips of his horns. As he falls to the ground, Nacht wonders if Asta and Liebe's new form is true unite, and Yami thinks about how Asta is still as interesting as when he was recruited into the Black Bulls. Noting that they only have 5 seconds left in the form, Asta and Liebe kick Lucifero in the face, sending him flying backwards. Chapter 328, after Lucifero is kicked back by Asta, Lucifero starts using rocks and throwing them at Asta. Asta starts to dodge and use the rocks to boost his speed towards Lucifero, but Lucifero hits him with a boulder that goes upwards, which stops Asta's momentum. Rachita and Liebe once talked about the son she abandoned out of fear that she might take his life force and mana. But even if she could not see, hug, or stay with her kid, she would always love him. Lucifero jumps up to the boulder where Asta is pinned and punches him in the chest, but Asta powers through this attack and glares at Lucifero. Lucifero suddenly remembers a similar glare from Rachita and realizes that Asta is her son, but before he can say it, Asta goes for a quick attack to his head. Lucifero dodges it but loses his left front horn. He then goes for a punch as Asta counters the attack and slices his right arm off. Lucifero is shocked as Asta cuts off his left arm, as well. Asta then calls him the worthless one in defense against Lucifero, calling Rachita worthless, before slicing Lucifero's body vertically and horizontally. The timer then runs out on Unite for Asta and Liebe. Lucifero is left on the floor with Asta and Liebe saying he should stay there and grovel while they live and be happy. Chapter 329, Lucifero, confused about how he is losing to magicless brats, shouts out in defiance that he will never lose and uses gravity magic, which pins Asta and Liebe to the ground. Asta cannot believe that after all they did, he is still not dead, while Liebe realizes that he can no longer coat both of them in enough anti-magic to cancel the magic out. Lucifero is angered at the fact that they looked down on him and, as Adrammelech watches, tells them that with his full power, they could never do this to him. Lucifero decides to crush them with gravity, as they are now helpless. Before he can witness their deaths, though, Yami Tsukehiro and Nacht Faust come in using shadow magic and black moon, which blocks the gravity magic. Lucifero cannot believe they are not dead yet, but Yami and Nacht decide that they will surpass their limits. Lucifero says it does not matter since the boys cannot get back up to hurt him, but Asta gets up with all his strength and with the help of Nacht's shadow hands, wielding the Demon Slayer sword. Lucifero questions what Asta even is as Asta looks at him with a cold stare as he brings up his sword, making Lucifero flinch at the sight. Yami mocks Lucifero for being scared of Asta, making Lucifero decide to retreat. As he leaves, he swears that when he returns at full power, he will kill Asta and Liebe. During his monologue, a star hangs above his head, and he suddenly finds himself back in front of Asta. Grinberial says that there will not be a next time and asks if Asta agrees with him. Asta then slams his sword into Lucifero, breaking his back right horn and destroying the boulder beneath them. Lucifero screams during the attack and is left unconscious as everyone watches in awe of Asta's victory. Adrammelech claps and congratulates Asta and Liebe for defeating Lucifero. Chapter 330, as Asta and Liebe collapse, Adrammelech flies down and stares at them for a moment. Rather than attack them, the devil pulls out Lucifero's heart, causing the remains of his half-manifested body to disintegrate. Adrammelech states that the heart is what it wanted and then flies away. Meanwhile, Grinberial concludes that Yami Tsukahiro and Nacht Faust are the most severely injured among Asta and the Magic Knight captains. With their time running short, teleports Mimosa Vermilion over to them, but she apologizes, saying that she has no more magic left to use. As others gather around Yami and Nacht, Grey is unable to help because she too is out of magic, and Patali notes that the wounds are too grievous for him to heal, even if he still had his grimoire. Charlotte Roselay stumbles over and kneels down next to Yami, begging him to wake up. She eventually breaks and confesses her love to him out loud, much to the surprise of Vanessa and Oteka. Rouge then reaches a thread into the rubble of the Black Bull's base, and the rest of the Black Bulls fly out on Henry Legolas the Mini Bull through one of Finral Rulike's spatial portals. As soon as they arrive, Charmy Papitson Force feeds Mimosa some of her master chef's food, which replenishes Mimosa's magic. She uses her flower Princess Utopia to fully heal Yami and Nacht. The bulls joke about how many times they were worried their captain would die, while Yami and Nacht bicker over who was dying first. Yami thanks Charlotte for keeping him alive with her shouting but asks what she was saying. Flustered, Charlotte passes out without answering. After Mimosa heals Asta, he is overjoyed to see Yami and Nacht alive as well. Yami threatens Asta for dirtying his katana but decides to let Asta keep it since he has a new one. Asta expresses his gratitude and then thanks Nacht and welcomes him back to the Black Bulls. Nacht repeats that he cannot stand people who do not do things right, but finally accepts that he is just like them and wishes to live with them. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. For more, thanks you all, meet you in another video.